In this video, I will talk about what is blockchain technology and cryptography. So start from definitions. A blockchain is an incorruptible digital ledger of economic transactions that can be programmed to record not just financial transactions, but virtually everything of value. So essentially, a blockchain is a continuously growing list of records called blocks, which are linked and secured using cryptography. It's also a special kind of database, and it is also the technology behind cryptocurrencies. Each block in the blockchain typically contains a hash pointer as a link to a previous block, and together with the timestamp and the transaction data. By design, blockchains are inherently resistant to modification of the data. So as a special kind of database, the blockchain database isn't stored in any single location, meaning the records it keeps are truly public and easily verifiable. It is decentralized, there's no central player who controls the system, and is transparent to all the participants in the network. Decentralized means the network operates on a user-to-user or peer-to-peer basis, and the network lives in a state of consensus. Everybody agrees on data and information which will be put in the next block. That's why the whole system is transparent. There are also two different kinds of blockchain networks: the open blockchains or public blockchains and private blockchains. Open blockchains are censorship resistant. It will be hard for government or any law enforcement to take it down. It also gives open access to everybody who wants to participate, and it stimulates an open, innovating environment. If you look at private blockchains, it would only have the innovability from within the organization and is quite centralized compared to the open blockchains. And most importantly, for any participants who want to join the blockchain network, they will need permission from the central control party. Now let's move on to cryptography. Blockchain technology uses cryptography to make sure transactions are done and stored safely. So anyone who uses this technology can have complete confidence that their information and data are once recorded on the blockchain. It will be legitimate and it will be extremely difficult to reverse. So that's another characteristic of blockchain, which is irreversible. Cryptography is a tool to realize the encryption process. Encryption is a process that transfers plain text into ciphertext. So in other words, human unreadable. And there are two different kinds of cryptography in terms of the key uses to encryption and decryption. The first one is symmetric key cryptography. Here, you use the same key to encrypt and decrypt the message. So that's why it's called symmetrical cryptography. And the other kind is called public key cryptography. It's also known as asymmetric cryptography. It represents the sender uses the public key to encrypt plain text, and the recipient uses recipient's private key to do the decryption process. It is impossible to work out what the private key is based on the public key. Therefore, a user can send their public key to anybody without worrying anybody else can find out their own private key. Moreover, the sender can also be confident that the files they are sending to each other can be only decrypted by the intended party. This is how cryptography works in general. In terms of different blockchain projects, each blockchain projects they use different kind of cryptography algorithm. For example, the famous Bitcoin blockchain, they use SHA-256 algorithm.